Okay, let's talk about the toolpath improvements. So we're going to do a file open here, and we're going to open file 7, open sides. We'll open our tools and our cam. We'll bring down our tool, and we'll bring over our roughing process. And you'll notice at the top here we have offset trim is a new tab. We have several new radio buttons. Here we have offset part from material. This is basically the same toolpath that we've always had. So if we select everything and we say do it, the toolpath looks pretty much the same as what we've always had. If we go back there and we switch to offset from part, trim to material, this is going to trim the toolpath to the material. So you need to be sure that you have use stock turned on. And we'll say redo. And now you can see the toolpath starts from the outside and it works its way in. A couple of other things we want to look at here. We now have the ability in offset from part, trim to material to retract and rapid, which is what it's doing now. Or we can do a direct rapid or direct feed. Let's do direct rapid. We'll say redo. And now you'll see the toolpath rapids in between the steps. It does still retract over, but it does rapid in between. Or we can do a direct feed, which in the same case it does the same thing. It just feeds in between, but it still does retract and rapid over the part. So you have a couple of new choices in there for rapid retract. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll talk about this choice here, fewest offsets. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up another part, and we're going to open up file 8 whole, and we won't save any of the changes. And we'll open up our tools and our cam again. We'll bring down our tool. We'll bring over our cam. And again, make sure the stock is turned on. Offset trim, we're going to go to fewest parts from offset. Okay. Now, what this does, and I should mention this, is that although this just looks like a square, in the work group we also have the actual stock that we're going to use. So this represents the stock, so a part with a hole in it, as it were. What I'm going to do is select this geometry, say do it, and what you'll notice about the toolpath here is it starts inside the hole. So that's new, so we'll actually start inside the hole if you have a geometry set up that way or solid. Then what it does is it generates a toolpath as it would normally until it can intersect with the shape, and then it starts offsetting the toolpath with the shape of the part. And that's basically what it does. Now we could do a couple things here. We can in fact go back and do offset part from material, and if we redo that, you can then see the difference in the toolpath. Now it's doing toolpath normally all the way to the center, starting in the center, but it doesn't follow the shape. So in this case, and in most cases like this, a part with a hole in the middle, fewest offsets, and it will follow the shape. Very nice. Lastly, we have advanced. These advanced functions, you can mix and match them. You get all different sorts of tool paths. Most generally, though, you'll use these top 4. But if you want to try and just make some changes to the tool path, you can do that as well. So those are the new improvements to pocketing. We've also improved the depth first. So the depth first now works with material only removal, which is very nice. So there are some nice enhancements in pocketing. So that's the pocketing improvements.